Babe, right now, today, I got a live Chrissy Chaos podcast in Montreal. Then tomorrow, I am headlining Club Soda in Montreal Friday, July 29th, and it is an all-new hour of material. If you've seen me on the road in the last year, this is 60 minutes of brand spanking new. And guess what, Bubbas? If you go to christycomedy.com right now, not only do we have Montreal today, Montreal tomorrow, we have the Brea Improv in August, then we have San Francisco in September and Chicago in September, and we've added Tarrytown, okay? Tarrytown in Westchester. Tarrytown we've added. We've added Milwaukee. We've added Madison, Wisconsin. And we've added Minneapolis, Minnesota, plus more in the South. ChristyComedy.com. I'm so excited about my new hour material. It's wild.
All right, guys, here's what we're doing. We're not going on the road again until October, but we got tons of cities, and you have tons of time to get good tickets right now. October 14th, we're in Hamilton, Ontario, okay? Toronto on October 15th. Toronto, you've been asking me, I'm there. Then we're going to Richmond, Virginia. We're going to Hershey, Pennsylvania. We're going to Knoxville. We're going to Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to the Alabama Theater in Birmingham, Alabama. We're going to Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to Evansville, Indiana. We are going to Florida, by way of Jacksonville, Tampa, and Orlando. And then, of course, in California, we have dates at Sacramento, Santa Rosa, and San Jose. Everything is on sale right now at salvulcanocomedy.com. You got a couple of months. Get some friends together. Get some tickets. Come have a good time.
Don't be a fake. Don't be a flake. Don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't hesitate to say, hey, babe.
I wish you, hey babe. I wish you, hey babe. I wish you, hey babe. I wish you, hey babe.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
My daughter's got me this shirt for Father's Day.
Nice.
Says
dude.
Daddy.
Nice. You got a sticker on it still. Be careful right there. It's on the front there.
Oh, there. That's what. Yeah, it's a sticker, guys.
You know, Daddy. I just learned. Well, I didn't just learn, but I just read an article about Zaddies.
Zaddies.
Tell me
pizza?
what you know. Tell me what you know about Zaddies.
Okay, so if I had to guess,
Yeah.
what I think a Zaddy is like a young but of age hot guy.
Okay.
Over 20, like let's say a 22-year-old fox.
Opposite. Silver fox.
So a Zaddy's an old guy.
Yes.
What age determines Zaddy?
I think 40s and up, like that.
So I'm 2-ish. I'll be 38 in a month.
Right.
I'm almost Zaddy material.
You could be a Zaddy. I'm sure you're on the cusp of Zaddiness.
I'm on the cusp of Zaddiness. Okay.
I guess
You're full Zaddy material.
If I was considered a Zaddy, I've been considered it for years now.
Ryan Reynolds, it's saying here, is a Zaddy.
Okay, Ryan Reynolds is a Zaddy.
While a daddy is an attractive older man, a Zaddy is a man with swag who is attractive and also fashionable. It appears that it has less to do with age. Well, not according to the article I just read.
Well,
full article.
Well, because they're saying Ryan Reynolds is a Zaddy, he's over 40, but then Zayn Malik of One Direction, definitely not under 40, is also a Zaddy.
I have news for you, Merriam-Webster's dictionary. This is off Merriam-Webster? Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. Wait, that right there, that definition right there is off of Merriam-Webster?
Indeed.
Yeah. That's what Merriam-Webster, they're basically they're running out of words.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Well, I read that it's an older man that's fashionable with some swag and that's mature.
So Zaddy differs from Dilf.
I guess they're in this cut from the same cloth.
Okay.
You know, because I'm sure they a Zaddy too.
Is the name of this episode Dilf Zaddies?
Dilf Zaddies.
Yeah.
So this is the origin of Zaddy, it's saying.
Wow. Zaddy came out, Ty Dolla $ign, released on August 25th. My birthday is August 26th. August 25th, 2016, as a third single from his mixtape campaign. Zaddy. So it's from Ty Dolla $ign.
So why did he made up Zaddy though?
That's what this is saying, but I don't know.
Was Zaddy co-opted then?
We're going on Zaddy Winky here.
Yeah, we're on Wiki Feet.
I think it's a music thing.
Music video was in Tokyo,
Zaddy?
Japan. I gotta get to
go
Tokyo.
back one second. Yeah, I know. I want to really bad too. I've always wanted to
Are
go
we gonna
there.
go to Japan?
Can you go back one time to that page?
Yeah.
Just scroll down because it said a little more. A little more. Oh no, it's up. No. Where the hell were you, pimp?
Go up.
Over here?
No. It was on the wiki page.
We're on Wiki Feed here.
Scroll down. All right, scroll down more. It says it said something about Zaddy. Scroll down more. In popular culture,
Okay.
Zaddy passed into slang culture as a term for a good-looking, fashionable man with swag. Okay, no big deal then.
All right. So I mean,
Do we want to? Can we invent? Have we invented any type of slang that's going to go into the zeitgeist? I mean,
allegedly that Tupperware.
Tupperware.
You're throwing peas at me, right?
You throwing peas at me?
Oh, look, there. What's up, our boy right there?
Who?
Bottom right.
Des Bishop?
Des Bishop.
There you go.
He's a Zaddy. That's the article I read. He called him a Zaddy.
Wow. Des is getting popular.
What's up, Des?
Well, he is. He's popular.
He is very popular.
Especially in Ireland.
In Ireland, he is, right?
Have you ever been to Ireland?
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times.
Yeah, freaking Ireland. I would say Christopher Meloni, 100% Zaddy.
Yeah, who's passing the Zaddy test for you?
Who's passing the Zaddy test?
Yeah.
Maloney, 100%.
Yeah, you think so? Wow, look at him doing that split right there. What? That's odd.
That literally should be the picture under the definition of Zaddy.
Wait a minute.
He's doing a full split.
Have you seen his new ad?
Oh, the Peloton when he's butt naked?
Oh, my God.
Dude, he is shredded.
Imagine Peloton pitch you guys that ad.
Wait, he's
Have you
on
seen
the
this?
Peloton completely naked?
Go this.
Oh,
Pull
Peloton.
this up.
You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to course correct that Mr. Big thing where
Yes.
he died on the Peloton.
Yes.
And they're trying to put a hot
Trying to get
Zaddy
out.
on it
Look at
now.
this. Butt naked.
Some people think the way I work out is strange. Honestly, I don't get it. Me, I don't think using the Peloton app is strange at all. Sure, they're famous for their amazing equipment, but the app gets me motivated to do lots of
For
different
60 years
workouts.
old, man. Even
Like
for
you,
not 60
He's
years old.
60?
He's 60.
Cardio.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No.
He is.
Meditation.
Stop it now.
He's 60 years old. Look at how good shape this guy is in.
How do you know that?
Strength training.
Look at that.
You okay back there?
You okay back there?
Oh, my God. They had to go all in. You had to go
I even
all in.
use the app for running. Now, does that seem strange to you?
Wow, Peloton.
In the Peloton community.
It is a good commercial because it's like every time I think of Peloton, I think of a naked Christopher Meloni.
I think of like his straight up crack.
Yeah, I mean, he is ripped.
Can you confirm he's 60? Because that would blow my bees
60.
off.
Yeah,
You looked it up?
I
don't know if I've seen a 60-year-old in better shape than him.
If you find
my
out
life.
he's 60, are your balls
61.
getting blown?
61.
61 years old.
Oh my God. Dude.
Now, I mean, that's even next level Zaddy. That's like a grand Zaddy.
Yeah, that's the Grandmaster Zaddy.
Grandmaster Zaddy. Christopher Meloni. What a cush job, too. He's on the same show for fucking 20 years.
Oh God.
In New York.
I mean, feel terrible about myself right now.
Oh, yeah, I feel brutal.
Yeah.
I feel, you know what?
Do you know what we're gonna look like at 61?
I can't even imagine I'll be alive.
Yeah. like
All
gonna be
these
a
celebrity men, Zaddy or not. Let's this is
do
fun, Steve.
it.
Let me
Wait.
tell you, Pedro Pascal, Zaddy.
Zaddy.
Pedro Pascal, Zaddy.
Nah.
Whoa.
Oh, it's internet voting. It's not. I love this because it's popular voting. It's not according to the article themselves. So that means now vote with your heart, not what you think the article is.
69.7 thousand people voted nah for Pedro Pascal.
Wow.
He's 100% a Zaddy.
It depends on who you ask.
All right, let's do another one.
Depending on who
Adam Driver, I guess.
I'm saying he's going to be a Zaddy without a doubt.
Like way more than Pedro Pascal.
It depends on who you ask.
Let's see.
Oh, whoa.
He got even worse voting than Pedro Pascal.
Even worse. Oh, so this is stringent. Okay, so
right, let's see.
now I understand how we're doing this here.
Christopher Meloni couldn't be more of a yes.
I mean, we came here for him.
Yeah, if he's not. Wow. Still, the haterade
Yeah.
is out on BuzzFeed.
Yeah, they're drinking this.
All right, let's see.
Haterade.
Oscar Isaac. I mean, God, yes.
God, yes. First one.
60%.
First official Zaddy.
And he almost has 100,000 views. John Stamos is like...
Gotta be, no?
I mean, he's Hall of Fame.
Well,
Hell
he's
yeah.
Zaddy compared to the old school. He is a Zaddy.
But he barely made it, 49%. He didn't even make over 50. Only Oscar Isaacs made over 50.
I mean, if he's not a Zaddy, I don't know who is.
Oh, Ray Romano. I'm going to say...
You think he's a Zaddy?
I'm going to say yes because I like a funny man.
I like him, but I'm going to say no. The people are voting no. Remember, these are young people on BuzzFeed.
92% no thanks.
No. Wait, look at the middle button.
Who? 5% says so. 140,000 people voted no thanks.
Wait, this is where we're at, by the way, right now. Ray Romano is arguably still one of the most famous walking comedians on this earth.
Yeah.
He's coming off a decade of a sitcom that was up there with Seinfeld,
Yep.
Friends. Everybody Loves Raymond is top.
Yep.
And people don't, there's a button that says who on there.
Who? Yeah.
Because that's it now. That's it. If you're not from SoundCloud now, or wherever you're from, that's it.
That's it.
You're done.
Done. Lin-Manuel Miranda, creator of Hamilton. Let's see.
I think if the young people are voting and they know Hamilton, but I don't really look at him like a Zaddy for me.
Please no, 58%.
Yes, sure, and please no. Please no, 58%. Well, we're learning that Zaddies are hard to come by.
Skeet Ulrich is, I mean, this is...
They don't know who that is.
They don't know. That's a no. That's got to be
he
no.
he got Zaddied. 39%.
Lord, yes, 39%.
Slightly, he beat. So the way it is there's three buckets, and all three buckets comprised 100%.
God,
So
I hope Sal's on this list. That just pops up. Nev Schulman, creator of Catfished. I'm gonna say, what does "excuse me" mean?
I think that means like, what are you talking
Like,
about?
why are you on this list?
Yeah.
For
But
me,
by
it's a no.
by the way, BuzzFeed is making those buttons, so they're actually perpetrating.
Yeah.
They're perpetuating that. Excuse me, like they put that there.
Yeah, they're really kind of pushing.
So they're
this along.
putting the guy on the list, and then they're making a button that helps you undercut the guy.
Yeah.
But they put him on the list.
I'm gonna say
Make
no.
it yes or no.
I'm gonna say no only because, and this is no disrespect, I don't like a hairy guy.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
want more of a hairless Sphinx cat kind of guy. I'm not
As
looking for a
as
guy
do
with
I.
a lot of hair.
No.
The only guy I like with hair is Homeless Pimp.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
You know, you speak true. Wow, look at that storm.
I know it's raining.
No, 55. But yes,
55%
25.
no. These windows are holding up. First big test.
Oh, Matthew Lillard? Really? What, they just put guys from Scream on?
Scream on, yeah.
Yeah. He has no middle one. On
On
my
knees
knees.
is funny.
What the shit?
I feel like people are gonna vote for On My Knees just because they want to hit the
Yeah.
On My Knees.
Yeah,
button.
let's see what happens there.
I bet you On My Knees is big.
Dot got 23. So there's only two or three Zaddies on there.
You ever wonder?
Paul Rudd is a Zaddy, if I've ever seen one.
So's Drake.
No, Drake's too young, isn't he?
Then they got Smash, Pete Davidson, or Jack Harlow. It's interesting.
Paul Rudd is a Zaddy. I hung out with him recently. What a guy.
Small, right?
I wouldn't call him small.
No, but I'm saying like with Paul Rudd, like nobody is better to play Ant-Man than a Paul Rudd.
Well, I don't see him as, he's not physically imposing. You know, he's
But
not
I'm
a
saying
big
he's
jack
not
dude.
He's not a tall guy. He's like
No, he's probably like my height, so he's not tall. No,
Right.
I don't know if he's my height, but like I wasn't like.
Wayne and Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Now, I would say Paul Rudd, one of the most captivating smiles in movies.
Unreal.
Perfect smile.
And he's like in his 50s, and I think I would sign up for what he's got going on in his 50s.
He's ripped. In Ant-Man, he was shredded.
He's just a you know what it is? He's as cool and down to earth as he is handsome. That guy.
Paul Rudd.
Something else.
Paul Rudd in Clueless stole the movie. I remember my grandfather. My grandfather used to take me and my cousin.
Your grandfather was like, as if.
He would take us to movies at the Green Acres Mall in Long Island. He would take us there and then fall asleep. Like he would have us for the summer while our parents worked, and he would just take us to movies, fall asleep. He took us to see Don't Be Men, South Central, Drinking Juice in the Hood.
Okay.
He took us to see Little Giants. He took us to see Clueless, and I remember. After he took us to see Menace Society, I swear to God.
Oh my God, that one's nuts.
Because he just didn't, it was just a guy. He was just like, he didn't know. I was like, we want to see that. And he didn't care. He would fall asleep.
He'd fall asleep and wake up and be like, my bad.
He would fall asleep. He didn't care. And I remember coming out of the movie Clueless, and he was like, who is that actor? What was his name? The guy. And I was like, which guy? And he was like, the one's brother-in-law or stepbrother. I was like, I think that's Paul Rudd. He was like, I remember him saying, he's like, I like that guy. And I remember that being like, wow, my grandfather was a Paul Rudd fan in the late 90s. So if you're listening, I know that you are.
He's been there.
Yeah.
He's been on the
I wonder if that
Rudd
was his
bandwagon.
first big movie, Clueless. Paul Rudd. I don't think people had heard of Paul Rudd before Clueless.
It very well may have been. I think that's the first time he landed
Or his
on my
breakout.
radar. What?
Who can you name from Clueless? Paul Rudd.
Oh, the
Donald
guy from
Faison,
Scrubs. Yeah.
Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
Stacey Dash.
Alicia. Oh.
Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash, who I've heard
Show.
some stories about.
Who else?
I don't know. I haven't seen it since then. Was it good?
You've only seen Clueless. Like you don't know like everyone.
We had the
Clueless?
VHS.
Yeah.
But I don't really know.
What movie? And this is a more complicated question. It's not, you don't have it right on the tip of your tongue usually.
Okay.
And this was you, Pip. What movie, if you had to guess, have you seen the most from start to finish?
Oh, wow.
Have you seen the most?
Wow.
And I'm talking about on airplanes, at home, like you've just seen it through and through the most of any other movie. I think I know mine.
I probably have like my top, like what would be 10.
But if you had to pick one, I'm asking you to narrow this down to one.
Okay. The reason I think I could say this is because it's my favorite movie, but then also because they play it on Christmas 24 hours.
So, Christmas Story.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm up there with like old Eddie Murphys, because those are the ones, anything when I was like in that wheelhouse of like, 8 to 12 or 13, 14, we had the VHS and we only had so many.
Right.
And we used to play them over and over, like Coming to America, Trading Places.
Right.
Anything John Hughes. Uncle Buck might be it.
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck, Ferris Bueller, Planes, Trains.
See, it's crazy how like these movies are so iconic to you, and I've seen Uncle Buck maybe twice. I've never seen Planes, Trains. I've never seen Trading Places. I've seen Coming to America maybe once.
What?
It's crazy how this is a crazy thing. Yeah, it's just wild.
Holy shit.
Like
I mean, I didn't know you were going to say that.
Yeah.
You saw Coming to America maybe once.
Maybe
You
once.
never saw Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
I've never seen it. I've never seen Trading
Might
Places.
be one of my favorite.
You've seen it, Pimp?
Of course, those are all bangers. Yeah, those are classics.
These are my favorite movies.
Yeah, I've never.
You've never seen Trading Places?
I don't think I've seen. Is that the one with Richard
Dan
Pryor?
Aykroyd?
Oh.
Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
What's the one with Richard Pryor where it's like he becomes deaf, one can see him?
You're talking about See No Evil, Hear No Evil. That's what.
That was a good one.
That's what Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah, my actually cousin is an extra in that movie at the racetrack scene, and you see him.
That's pretty wild.
He's like, ah.
What about you, Pimp? What are your movies?
Mine would be Dirty Work. Norm Macdonald, Artie
See, I
Lang.
don't think I've seen
I've
that
watched
either.
that maybe a million times.
I had it on VHS as well. I was a big VHS guy, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
You still have them?
Well, my family had it when I was little. We only had the same like 20. But then I started collecting movies. I wanted to be like, I get into movies and stuff.
Right.
Now I got rid of all of them.
You don't have any VHS?
Donated. I mean,
You wish you had them? Still?
no,
You're good letting them go.
there's too much. I kept a couple of like old ones.
I remember I had the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie on VHS, and the VHS was green, like the color of
Oh,
blues.
that's a fun little thing
Yeah,
they did. The thing with Corey Feldman. Wasn't Corey Feldman in that? Didn't he play a turtle?
What was he, the voice of one?
Maybe he was the voice.
Maybe he was the
of
voice.
one.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Those are regular sized men in there? No. Those were like child ninjas in there? What were they?
In the original?
In the turtle one, yeah. In the orig.
It's a good question.
Were they like regular sized people in there?
Oh, you
I
asked if
swear
they
to
were
God,
like
I
little
think-
people?
Well, were the turtles full sized?
Were the turtles full size? Yeah. Who played the actual turtles?
Yeah, they were full size. They were.
Wait, can you go to like the original? Can you go to like the original?
By the way, watching a document, I'm watching a show on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us. Have you seen this? Yes. It is so fascinating.
A lot of the movies I just mentioned are in there.
So,
I think.
Speaking of that,
maybe they aren't.
So I think the movie that I've seen the most, I genuinely in my heart believe it's a tie. I think it might be 1,000 to 1,000.
Okay.
Is Goodfellas?
Sure.
And Forrest Gump.
Okay. I've seen Forrest Gump a handful of times.
Yeah.
Goodfellas more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Ace Ventura's. I've seen all the Ace Venturas many times.
Okay.
Have you seen those a bunch?
No.
Liar, liar.
I mean, I've seen those all a few times, I'm sure.
Right.
But I don't really remember them too much.
Where do you guys fall on Forrest Gump on the female character? You like her, you hate her? What's her name again?
Jenny?
Jenny, yeah.
Jedi.
I like Jenny. I like it. I think with Forrest Gump, you probably couldn't even make that movie today because the, special needs community would be like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do this.
Everyone was so mean to him.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's kind of like a triumphant, cool story.
Of course it is.
You know?
Codes.
I guess
He's
so.
like, remember when he's like, codes? We got codes in the garbage all the time. I'm just taste fly with a bro.
Yeah. Yes, I do. That entire movie. I went to the square in Charleston, in Savannah, Georgia, where they filmed like the opening scenes to that movie. I'm like, they just.
The bench was there, right?
Well, no, the bench isn't there. The people go and look for the bench, and they're like, "Oh, I'm taking a picture on the Forrest Gump bench." And like, no, they're like, the movie studio just brought in the bench, placed it, and then got rid of the bench.
No
as soon as,
shit.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Okay. But anyway, we were looking at who played the turtles.
Who played the? Does that say Tom Hanks?
No, I googled something else. Here, let me find the
This
cast.
is impossible. Maybe IMDb. I thought he was in the Corey Feldman.
Might have been.
Their suits were made of fiberglass. It says that's.
So speaking of fiberglass, this is a good segue. Speaking of fiberglass, you know what else? You know what else has fiberglass in it?
Cigarettes, menthol.
That, backboards,
Sure.
NBA backboards, right? And the bread from Subway has fiberglass in it.
No, what
it
do you
also
mean?
has more sugar. The bread from Subway has more sugar than I think like a Twinkie.
What are you talking about?
Because
How could they put fiberglass in bread?
Well, the reason why I looked into it's wild. The reason why I looked into all this Subway stuff is because Subway, Pimp, if we could pull this article up.
It says eat fresh.
Yeah, let me get
The only freshness you're going to eat is in HelloFresh,
Right.
America's #1 meal kit.
Absolutely.
Subway, this is a real story.
Yeah.
Subway now is offering free sandwiches for life if you get the 12 by 12 inch Subway hero and logo tattooed on your chest or back.
No.
You get free sandwiches for life.
No. How many people are going to do this?
Listen to this. If you look, anyone who gets a tattoo of a 12 by 12 inch tattoo of the logo on their sternum or back will receive free sandwiches for life. Yeah, listen, and then a 2 by 2 inch tattoo on the wrist, bicep, or foot earns them free subs for a month. No. And a 3 by 3 inch tattoo on their shoulder blade, forearm, or calf will earn free sandwiches for a year.
Oh my God! If I was a homeless person,
You would? Why not?
I would literally save up enough for a tattoo.
Yeah.
Go in, get the 12 by 12, and then it's for life. You just said
For
right?
life, yeah.
What are we doing here?
Dude.
You're going to solve the homeless problem. If I was a tattoo artist, I would give away free Subway sandwich tattoos to people that are struggling.
That's a great idea. And you know what else I was?
Wait a minute. Why don't we raise the money and have tattoo artists go around New York?
And do that. Seriously, because you know what I was thinking about? I just thought about this yesterday. What if we went around and gave them money as well, but gave homeless people better signs, like really funny signs that we wrote, like signs that crush, like.
What do you mean signs?
Like for example, there's a guy with no legs who rides his wheelchair up and down by the Staten Island Expressway.
I know the guy.
That guy, and he never has a sign. And I wanted to make a sign for him. I was thinking, it'd be good if I made a sign for him that said something like, "I genuinely don't have a leg to stand on," and then people would be like, "That's funny," and then give him $1.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You want to punch up his sign?
Yes, punch up sign, but then also give them money. And I was thinking that'd be like a nice thing to give back.
Yes.
We make Like,
It's very charitable.
charitable. Like I'm talking about like jokes like Dave Attell level, just roast on signs.
Hey,
Babe.
Yes. Did you know?
No, but you were
Please.
telling me.
Yes.
Because you were telling me
Yeah.
that about what was it called? It was like a cocoa powder.
Beam.
Beam.
This is what
and
we're
you
talking
get the best sleeps. Truthfully, you told me the best sleep you've had since you've been an infant.
Yes. Yeah, that's real.
Like,
That's literally.
literally.
I take it. It's delicious. I take it before bed, and I get a full night's sleep.
You
I
feel
love
like
it.
you're back in your mama's womb.
Right back in my mama's womb.
Beam Organics is
Which
what
is,
it's
by the way,
called.
Beam, if you're watching, and I think you are, you should take that as your tagline.
Yeah.
Beam Organics. Be like right back in your mama's womb.
That's what it is. Be
Yeah.
on the Beam team.
Yeah. Oh, that's good too.
Beam Dream, which is the world's most innovative functional wellness brand with unique products of everything from sleep to recovery. The Dream Powder, which tastes like hot cocoa. It's their best-selling healthy hot cocoa. You told me the taste of it.
Babe, it contains natural sleep-promoting premium ingredients, triple lab tested, babe. So they went to the lab once, and then someone's like, we should double just for safety. And they did it twice. And then somebody was like, you know what? All bets are off. We're doing a triple lab test.
4-3, no THC,
None.
and you wake up refreshed. 98% of people surveyed fell asleep faster when taking Beam Dream, and 99% of people experience better sleep quality. Let me tell you something, babe.
Yeah.
You're in that 98%.
I am, and I just mix it with a little bit of, I personally like to mix it with a little bit of oat milk.
You don't have to, though.
You can do whatever you want. You could just drink it with hot water. You take it right before bed. Don't love it, get your money back guaranteed. So what are you really losing here?
Nothing.
Find out why Forbes and New York Times are talking about Beam and why it's trusted by the world's top athletes like Danica Patrick and Baker Mayfield and Sal Vulcano. For a limited time, get $20 off when you go to shopbeam.com/heybabe and use our code HeyBabe at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/heybabe and use code HeyBabe for $20 off.
I love it. So, Bubbas.
Yeah.
Shopify.
Cha-ching!
Ching-ching. Love that sound. Homeless pimp.
You said chicken? It sounded like you said chicken.
Chicken. Yeah, I mean, maybe I did.
What's your favorite food?
Besides pizza?
You were gonna go, chicken?
Oh, chicken. Oh, yeah.
No, cha-ching is what I'm saying. I
Cha-ching.
love that sound. It makes me smile.
Yeah.
That means another sale on Shopify.
I love it. Homeless Pimp raves about this. He's the one that runs it all and tells us about it. This, when we started selling the merch and started doing all that, we use Shopify. And, baby, the balls were blown off.
Yeah.
If you're an entrepreneur out there, even if
Yeah.
you're not, but if you are an entrepreneur, you literally get the resources that you get from all these big businesses. Upstarts.
They used to only, big businesses used to only be able to use this kind of thing.
But now everybody can use it.
Upstarts, startups, established businesses alike can sell everywhere. Synchronize all your online and in-person sales and stay fully informed. Scaling your business is now, it's you have endless possibilities.
It's the only scale I want to step on is the business that I'm scaling with Shopify. It's more than a store. Shopify grows with you. This is possibility powered by Shopify. Synchronize your online and in-person sales using Shopify. Right now, go to shopify.com/heybabe. That's all lowercase. Shopify.com/heybabe, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/heybabe right now. That's shopify.com/.
Hey, babe.
You know, like nice car, dickhead, or something like that, where you'd be like, it's Instagrammable.
Right.
And then also give them money.
Well, if you did something
But I
like
like
that,
the Subway tattoo idea, too.
Yeah, I mean, but a 12. What is 12 by 12 though? That's a foot. That's
No, dude, it's a full foot long.
Yeah, but what 12 by 12? It says get a tattoo of a 12 by 12.
Maybe like 12 inches this way, 12 inches this way. Like a full, like what a foot long is.
But 12 by 12 is a foot square. How, like a foot long is 12, but not by 12.
It is funny to think about who pitched that in the Subway advertising meeting. That was like, I know this is going to sound stupid. I know, no. I know it's going to sound dumb. But I was thinking, what if we give people free sandwiches for life if they get the Subway footlong tattooed on their body?
How long have you been working here?
This is my 10th year.
Okay. What's your name?
My name's Harold.
Executive Vice President right now. How about being in a Subway when someone walks in and goes like this? and rips their tits out.
By the way,
and then just orders anything. I want to know what the stipulations are on this.
Yeah.
If anything,
No.
the person who gets the foot-long tattoo will receive a one-time payment of $50,000 worth of gift cards. The others will receive a $372 gift card for the month and a $4,380 for the year. So, so what's happening is, so you can get a tattoo on your back, and then, wait a minute. Oh, but
if
it's
you
in
get-
gift cards. It's in gift cards.
What if you get a tattoo that like goes away in those 2-year tattoos, but you get 50 G's in gift cards? This
Do
is like
they
a way
really
to make
go
money.
away?
Yeah, no.
Well, I was gonna say
they have fading tats.
Get the tattoo, and get it light. If that's a thing you can do. Tell the tattoo artist you're doing it for the $50,000 payout.
Yeah.
And then make sure that he does it in a way that he knows already how he's gonna or she is gonna cover it up.
Dude, how about this? You ready for this? I was driving. This was Wednesday or Thursday.
You weren't driving on Wednesday.
Swear to God.
No.
A lot of people be like, there's no way he'd be driving Wednesday, Thursday. I swear to God.
Since when do you drive on Wednesday?
I had COVID.
Okay.
And it changed my brain a little bit. And
Okay.
normally my days on Wednesdays and Thursdays are walking days, but I said today I'm going to drive.
Okay.
And I, for no reason, took my family, loaded them up in the car, drove around Manhattan. My daughters were like, what are we doing? Like, why are we not in the pool? I'm like, we're just going to drive a little bit.
What Zaddy need?
What Zaddy needed to drive. I'm driving. I'm stopped on Bowery and Houston. Okay? Stopped on Bowery and Houston, which isn't a cross street. Wait a second. I'm stopped somewhere on Bowery.
No, I think you're all right.
I wasn't on Bowery and Houston.
Okay.
No. I was on Bowery. Do you know where the building is that was abandoned for like one guy lived in it? It was like in the newspapers and he turned it into like an art studio.
No.
Okay. So it's a famous building. You've seen it there before. It's all graffitied up. It's like it's right on the corner of Bowery and something.
Okay.
And I was driving back and I was about to make a right to go over the Manhattan Bridge. And out of nowhere, and I got my family as my witnesses, out of nowhere, crossing the street with a skateboard and his friends is Jaden Smith.
No.
Yes. And I yelled at him. I go, yo, Jaden. I was like, I know Sally's got tattoos of you on his body. And Jaden goes, tell him I said what up. And then literally hits a perfect fucking wheelie on the skateboard and drives away and does one of those, things where he flips it and just keeps going like in stride.
Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Wow.
And I was like, wow.
Did you really say that?
I swear to God.
So we used to text, but I haven't had a text from him in a while. I wonder if I should be like, hey, nice
One thing I
kickflip.
noticed about Jaden Smith, and my whole family agreed, his teeth, like, it's almost like God is his dentist.
Yeah.
The most perfect teeth you've ever seen in your life.
Jesus H. Christ DDS.
Jesus H. Christ DDS. White, straight and white.
Like us.
Like us.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how perfect his teeth was. He was walking around. First of all, the kid looks
You caught his teeth in a moving vehicle?
in a moving vehicle.
Okay.
And he's walking around, no shirt on and jeans.
Like you do.
Ripped.
Yeah.
Ripped, good
No
butt.
shirt on though.
No shirt on.
See, I can't
Doing
you wish you could
wheelies.
live your life like that.
I can't.
Like he's also insanely famous, so he's gonna get photographed. He's gonna get stopped. He's
He
gonna
didn't
get
care.
recognized. He don't care that his flesh is out.
Yeah, he doesn't care at all. I went to the beach this weekend, which I'm not a beach guy, but I went to the beach and it grew on me a little bit.
You didn't go to the
I'm not a beach. I
Since
swear to
when,
God.
since when do you go to the beach?
Dude, if you want to, I'm going to start sharing my location with you so you know I'm not
Please.
lying when I tell you.
Okay.
I went to the beach in
Yes.
Manasquan, okay? Which, by the way, it is interesting to me that places like New Jersey and the Jersey Shore continue to keep the Native American names of the towns when the Native American spirits are rolling over in their teepees right now with what you've done to their cities.
Right.
They don't care that, that people are eating corn dogs.
Right.
Getting chlamydia. That's not, change the name. You don't have to call it Manasquan anymore. You don't have to do that at all. But I was there in Manasquan on the beach, and a couple of people came up to me and recognized me, and I was, of course, shirtless on the beach. And a couple of people came up to me and recognized, and my immediate response, reaction, somebody's like, oh, hey, Chris, what's up? I listen to your pod. I went like this. I covered up. That's what I swear. And it's just like a trick.
Like a woman in like a catalog.
Yeah, I went like that. I was like, "What's up, man?" My family. I did it multiple times, and the people we were with our neighbors, like, "Why do you do that every time?" I'm like, it's just like a reflex. And the guy, one of the guys I was with, was like, "Yeah, like you're like your body doesn't look bad or anything." And I was like, "It's just a reflex." And I just like, "Hey, what's up? I'm here with my family, guys." So I can't do any pics. They're like, "We don't want it to. We don't have our phones. We're on the beach."
I can't do any pecs. I mean pics.
Pics.
I can't do any pictures.
I like it.
Shoddy.
Maybe that's the name instead of whatever we said first. Maybe we call it pictures.
Pictures. Well, let me ask you a question. You told me you went down to the Jersey Shore, and you said you went with a neighbor, and I called you Mr. Staten Island now.
You call me Mr. Staten Island.
So you are that. You got that in where you commit to spending a seaside day
and night
with your neighbor.
With my
They
neighbor.
had children too?
They got children. Their children, one of their daughters goes to school. Well, both of their daughters, one just graduated and goes to school with my daughter. So they take the bus together.
And you hit it off with these people.
Hit it off.
And they're normal people.
Completely normal people, born and bred Staten Islanders.
Okay.
You know?
And you have stuff to talk about with them? Are they constantly asking you about your career? Because I'm assuming that's the interesting, that would pique people's interest, that you're a comedian and an entertainer.
You know what? Believe it or not, they don't.
I'm walking on air. Never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's Hey Babe.
I like it.
Go ahead. Believe it or not.
So, believe it or not. So,
do you know that show? But you didn't see Trading Places?
Well, believe it or not, it's
The
just me
Greatest
I know
American
from
Hero.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh.
That's the song from the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh, you don't know from The Greatest American Hero?
Is that one of Nate Bargatze's specials?
Yeah. That was the theme song to a show about a superhero in the 80s. It was like an hour long, I believe, like comedy drama. Or comedy, I suppose, action. Or
You know what we
about
call
a
those?
superhero who
Dramedies.
didn't know how to be a superhero. What?
Dramedies.
Dramedies.
You said comedy, drama.
Comedy.
But those
Yeah.
are called dramedies. But I
Yes.
don't know when dramedies was coined.
It was a crama. It was like a
was a
crama.
dramedy.
Yeah. Look, there he is.
Oh, there you go.
And he would crash. He didn't know how to fly.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Is that Regis Philbin? R.I.P.
No, it looks like.
So I talked to these neighbors about a lot of. They almost never talk to me, almost exclusively never. The only thing they said was we went down to a restaurant and a couple of people were saying hello, whatever, and was fine, no problem. And the only thing they said was like, the father was great, like smart guy. He was like, I can't imagine that's fun. And I was like, well, it's not that it's not fun. I said, I appreciate recognition because, there's plenty of my peers that I started with that don't get this. And I understand it's like, it's nice to know that
It's a sign of success, for
people have
sure.
seen my work.
Sure.
It's nice. I said, don't let it get to my head. I know that it's fleeting and meaningless, but I
Right.
said, it's nice. He goes, no. He goes, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But he was like, I can't imagine it's fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, it kind of made me sit like existentially. Like I sat with that a little bit. I was like, is it not?
Yeah.
He was like, because he said to me, which
Forever,
I've never thought about this.
Right.
He was like, I just feel, we were eating dinner like he wasn't attacked. He was just like, it's just a regular guy. And we were just drinking wine, eating dinner. And he was like, it just feels like, he goes, I wouldn't want like everybody to know what I'm doing all the time. He goes, I kind of feel like nice that, he was like, no matter what I do or don't do, nobody cares.
Yeah.
He was like, it's a very freeing feeling.
It is.
He was like, I just have to, he said something crazy. He goes, I kind of just only have to answer to my wife and daughters. He goes, where you have to answer to your family, your girl, your daughters, plus these strangers who have no idea who you are.
Isn't it
you
wild?
have to answer to them.
Wow.
And they feel you have a responsibility to so many strangers. He goes, that has to be exhausting. And I literally was like, do you have a gun? I'll kill myself right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow, he's very perceptive.
Well, that's why I like him. He comes at more like that. He's a very, very smart man.
What does he do?
I think he works in like ad stuff.
He's a male prostitute.
yeah. No, he actually has a job where I was like, that's boring, but they do very well. Their house is like a palace.
Okay, so you can feel yourself around them. It wasn't like you felt.
Oh
like,
my God, fully myself.
Yeah.
Like they don't, and they're very like accommodating too. They're like, like anybody bought like whatever, like well,
yeah.
Like,
see, it's been hard for me to meet outside of our friends and our scope of people and this and that. It's organically hard for me to meet someone who will just be like that, who won't be like have a million questions or always be like in the back of their minds thinking or asking or.
See, I think the thing with jokers is I think that the not the problem, but the reason is because you guys go on TV and are so approachable on the show, and it's really like your friendship on display.
Sure.
And you're doing that in the show, like going up to strangers coming up to you, and it's all fun. They think when they see you, like the average fan forgets, like, that was just a show. Like, that's my job. I did that for 8 hours 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm just with my family. I'm not pranking anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not, but it's hard for them. Like, they wouldn't do that to like Tom Hanks because Tom Hanks doesn't. Tom Hanks is like, no, dude,
He's
like
removed.
They're like, Tom Hanks, I don't want to go. He has AIDS. He's from Philadelphia.
Right. He is.
So they're like, we got to respect his. I don't want to get close to him. It's COVID because he has HIV, or actually, it does have AIDS.
Right.
And he's had it since 1992.
Who do you guys think has the worst job in New York?
The worst job in New York.
In New York?
Like in television?
No.
Just in life.
Yeah.
Who has the worst job?
That's what I think about when I go around New York. Who has the worst job?
You know who's got a horrific job? I would say the guy, especially now.
Parking meter maids?
Parking meter maids get screamed at, but the guy who has to clean out these subway bathrooms. Ooh. That is a.
Who is that? Like
that's a guy, or a girl, or a baby.
There's like a citywide.
That's an MTA job. You have to clean out the urinals and the toilets in the subway.
Is there bathrooms in the subway?
Some stations have it.
I don't think I've ever been in one in my life.
Most people, they're disgusting.
Wow.
That's a horrible job. Also, I mean, with the heat wave that's been going on, I got to think like some type of like parking garage, like a parking attendant is not good.
That's not good either.
That's not good.
Yeah, all day underground and that with that like gas, like the cars exhaust.
Yeah.
And people waiting and running back and forth and imagine having when you like park in a tight spot, it takes a minute, but then you get out, you're like, all right, I'm a little worried about the car, but it took a while. That was annoying. But imagine doing that 1,000 times a day, every day.
That is your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
And then you put a car somewhere, and then you immediately have to move it to get another car,
Right.
Like, oh God, that sounds like it would be maddening.
Yeah, I don't want to do that job. But again, going back to, but that guy is free. That guy is, nobody cares about what that guy is saying or doing on a daily basis other than his immediate family and friends.
That when you said that, it was like, oh my God.
No, when he said, I swear to God, when he said that to me, a tear fell. I was like that in my pasta.
Because you give it up. You don't realize you give it up. I mean, you do realize it, but you don't always put it in perspective. And a lot of times people don't really know our experience or really care either.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, you're famous or you're this or you're that. So that comes with the territory. It does, but we're still human beings.
Yeah, it's still like, when you sign on to social media and somebody's saying something negative to you, you're like, this is painful. I don't want to see that or hear that.
That's insane.
But
I had the worst people at my Vancouver show this week.
They're
I had a couple.
You want to shit on Canada?
Yeah, sure. I actually loved Vancouver. I was there like a year ago. I went back and I thought that it was going to be a great show.
America's number one meal kit. Hello Fresh.
Woo!
Hola Fresca. Select meals from the Taste of Summer series that are sure to become everyone's new favorites, like Old Bay shrimp and sausage boil and family-style grilled steak lettuce wraps. Are you kidding me?
Choose from 55, more than 55 weekly options featuring pre-portioned high-quality ingredients picked at their peak ripeness. HelloFresh delivers fresh, quality produce from the farm to your door in less than a week. You can savor summer flavors right from home. Are you kidding me?
Customize your favorite dishes with Hello Custom by swapping out one protein or side for another. HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than dining at a restaurant and even cheaper than grocery shopping. Are you
me. I use it all the time. I use it for quick meals, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I come home, the ingredients are all there. I learned to cook with it.
It's the best. Right now, go to HelloFresh.com/HeyBabe16 and use the code HeyBabe16 for 60 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts.
Jesus.
Let me say that one more time. Go to HelloFresh.com/HeyBabe16 and use the code HeyBabe16 for 60 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. Are you kidding me?
HelloFresh, America's number one meal kit. Babbel is the number one language learning app, okay? They make it fun. It's not just lessons either.
It ain't.
They have all sorts of stuff like podcasts.
Yeah.
They have 14 different languages, and they're done by actual real linguists,
None
babe.
of this AI, artificial intelligence BS. This is
Absolutely
real
not.
people, language learning experts.
10
okay?
minutes to complete a lesson. 10 minutes, okay?
10
And
minutos.
That's right.
Learn that on Babbel.
20-day money-back guarantee. There's so many ways. So like I said, it's not just you download the app, but it's not just the lessons. They have podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes now.
Whatever you want to do. And right now, you can save up to 60% off your subscription when all you got to do is right now is you got to go to Babbel. That's BABBEL.com/HeyBabe. That's BABBEL.com/HeyBabe for up to 60% off your subscription. That's all you got to do.
60.
60, okay? And I'm telling you, if you don't learn the new language on Babbel with our promo code, you're in.
Yeah.
That's simple
It's
as
on
that.
you. They're making it as
It's
easy as
genuinely
possible.
on you.
So if you want to connect with a relative, or you're taking a vacation overseas, or you just want to be bilingual to impress somebody, or just for your own edification, you do it. And it's Babbel is language for life.
It's language for life.
So I had like 7 shows this past week, and
You've had a lot. I know you've been. I haven't seen you in a month.
I know it's nice
Yeah.
to see you.
It's nice to see you.
I had to get everything out of the way, but I had some weird shows like in Seattle. Seattle was fun, right? So I get on stage.
Did you get Starbucks?
I didn't.
Seattle?
But we did pass the first original one.
There's always too long of a line there.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it tastes any different than
Huge
the
line.
Starbucks 2 blocks away.
It does not.
Yeah.
And there is one 2 blocks away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just go to that one.
We went, so I come out on stage and I literally walk out and I hear a infant crying. And
In Vancouver or Seattle?
Seattle.
Okay.
This was more fun. Vancouver was bad. I hear an infant crying. So it's in the 4th row, 8-month-old baby. So I'm like, this is wild. So had a lot of fun with that.
Right.
So a lot of fun. Places going nuts. A lot of women walked out with the baby, going on and on. I'm like, wow,
She got booed.
that's something. I was like, wow, that was something else. So then,
Yeah, what was her reasoning for that, by the way?
well,
No babysitter, whatever.
I was like, you weren't thinking like when you were fucking, you weren't thinking, remembering that you had tickets.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
funny,
And
yeah.
you were like, well, there's
Yeah.
nothing we can do now. We can't not go to the show. We got to bring the 8-month-old baby.
Yeah, it's all fun, and then she hits you with some serious. She's like, well, I would have. She's like, but your prices are too high, so now I couldn't hire a babysitter. And then it just brings it down.
I was like, it's 16 plus suggested, not 16 months.
That's funny.
And then so I'm like, all right, that was really funny. That's how the show opened. So then a couple minutes later, a guy just walks down. He just walks down the aisle, right split dead center up to the stage, and he's playing music on his phone, and he's just holding it up. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of talking. I turn and I look. I'm like, what are you doing? And the lights were really like strong on me, so I could barely see him. He's like, playing music. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? You've been standing there. He was standing there before I acknowledged him for like 25 seconds. And he's playing this ringtone that we created on the show. And I'm like, oh, finally I heard it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the ringtone. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, maybe we'll talk about that. You go back to your seat and we'll deal with that later. That's like, I don't understand if you understand how this works, all that kind of thing. So then we're laughing at that. A couple of seconds later, I'm telling the story, and I go, something when I was running, and then I hear someone in the front go, not me. First row, just slight of center. I go, what? He goes, not me. I ain't running. And I was like, okay, what?
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to pop his leg off and hand it to me.
He ripped his
He literally, his leg came up like that. So I was like, what? because it was like on the thing, and he like twisted it up, and it came up this way. So he was sitting in his chair with his leg going straight up, and he's like, "I got a leg, not me. I'm not running." I'm like, "All right, great."
Wait, did he have a fake prosthetic leg?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He popped it off. And I gotta show you a fucking picture.
Dude,
of it.
how funny would it have been if he would have given it to you and you took it and launched it?
Well, something happened close to that actually.
He just launched it.
Oh fuck! I'm trying to find.
What an asshole!
Shit! I have a picture of him in the front row, literally handing me his leg.
That's got to be the new profile pic.
Yeah, I gotta find it. So then I'm like, all right,
We'll put
whatever.
it up in the episode.
So then, and a few minutes later, a guy in the balcony screams, but not words and not for any reason. He went, "Ah!" And then he didn't say anything. And I was like, what? I said, do we need security? Like that guy, I think he just committed suicide.
Yeah.
And I was like, they just kept topping each other. I'm like, this. I was like, remember the baby?
Yeah.
Remember in the beginning when we thought the baby was wild?
What a psycho. Maybe you had like a Tourette section.
I do not know what was going on there, but it was pretty fun. You know, it was fine. But then I went to Vancouver. That was like more fun.
Drive
a
from
baby,
Seattle
the
to
leg
Vancouver?
popped off.
Drive?
I drove the whole way.
Beautiful, nice on the coast, right?
Yeah. Oh God! Shout out to the border agents, by the way, because we pulled up and we like timed it, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll get to the place a couple hours early or whatever. And there was more traffic than we thought. Then we got to the border, there was a huge line. We waited on this line. We get up. It's like a toll booth. We wait on the line. We get up there, and the guy's like, "Do you have your Arrive Can app?" Also?
Oh, yep. Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, no. What do you mean?" I said, "We have everything. We filled out this paperwork online. I got these printouts. I got my freaking passport. I got my vax. I got." He goes, "No. You need to fill out the Passport Canada app." And we're like, "Nobody told us that." He goes, "Well, you can't get through." And we're like, "Well, what do we do?" And my Chris is like, "Can I download it right now?" He goes, "Yeah." So he downloads it right now, and he goes, "But you have to do it for all of you." So we're like, "Well, what do we do?" He's like, "I cannot give you more than 5 minutes. If you can't get it done in 5 minutes, you're gonna have to drive out, go forward, back on the line to come back to the States, which was 4 times the size of the other line, and then get back on the line to get back to him."
So it would have added how long?
No, it would have went to the night. It would have added hours.
Right.
Hours. So we looked at him like, all right, we'll get it done in 5 minutes, whatever. And we're doing it, and we could tell it's gonna be impossible. And I was with Adam Ray.
Yeah.
And Adam's cracking jokes and everything. And the guy like didn't want to hear anything. You know, like Adam's like, "Oh, no problem, man." He's like, "We'll do one." He's like, "You want me to do one for you?" Like whatever he said, not that. And the guy's like, "No." And then he's like, "Well, thank you so much for letting us do this real quick." And the guy was like, "I didn't let you do it. I gave you 5 minutes." So like, in other words, like in 5 minutes, your fate is sealed if you can't do it. So Chris is in the front seat, his hands are like shaking. He's trying to put it in. He's like, "What's your email?" It's like, this has got to do for all of us. I'm like, oh my God. And we look, and the line to come back, dude, it's a half a mile long. It would have took.
Wait, but how come you all couldn't just do Arrive Can on your phones at the simultaneously?
Well, he started doing it, and it was like, it was a thing.
Yeah.
So we said, should we all do them individually? He's like, he could do them all on that one. So we're like, all right, just try to stay the course. It would have canceled the show. And then 1 minute, 2 minutes after that, he goes, "I'm going to give you an exemption." And we was like, "What's that?" He goes, "Get out of here. Just drive through." And we were like, what do we have to show you? He's like, "Nothing." He goes, "Just drive through."
You didn't even show him any paperwork at all.
No. We showed him our passports to start. That's it, though. No VAT, no nothing after that. And then he goes, I don't ever let this happen again. He gave us a sheet that said how to get your thing, like how to do it next time. And he goes, "Just go ahead." And we were like, "Really? Thank you so much," because the whole show would have been canceled. Then, by the way, I came back to the States. They didn't have any record. I flew from Canada home, and when I got there, they wouldn't accept at Global Entry. They wouldn't accept it because they're like, "How'd you come from Canada? You didn't get into Canada." So that was a whole nother to do. But my point was, in Vancouver, they were horrific.
I mean,
They were so bombed.
If it's because the border agent seemed great.
He was so great. I told the story on stage. We had a good laugh about it. But then there was 2 couples in the front, and the guys were sitting with each other, and the girls were sitting next to each other. And the girls were, the second I walked out, they were wasted, right? Like Chris and Adam, they were like, "There's girls in the front, they're kind of wasted, whatever." And they did that thing where I had to call them out because anytime I spoke, it was like just me and them were having a conversation. They were like, yeah, I know, talking at full volume. I'm saying a joke. They're like, oh my God, that's okay. And I'm just like, hey, guys. And I had to keep going back.
Because you're not the kind of comic that like has a crowd like that and you don't attack people. So it's weird.
I mean, in a theater, they're coming to see me. It's not really a heckle per se. Sometimes they get heckled in the theaters, more if that's like a club thing. But mostly it just becomes people are very, very drunk. And they were just drunk and they kind of don't realize it, but they're probably these self-entitled, assholes, and they get bombed, and then there's nothing in their mind that says there's 2,000 other people watching the show. Let me shut the fuck up. So I call them out, have a little phone, laugh, move on. Had to come back again. Then all of a sudden, another group starts doing it. Another group. One girl gets up, walks to the stage, hands me a phone. She goes, "I want to show you a picture of me on The Price is Right." I was like, why are you standing right now? She's like, "I'm wasted." And I'm like, guys, and then the security guard walks up and he's telling them to calm down. And then the guy 2 rows back goes, "Oh," I'm like, "What?" He goes, "We're not allowed to talk to you." I'm like, no. I mean, I was making jokes about it all, but it was a fight. Oh, and then I start railing on the girl. I do start railing on her after a while because I'm like, whatever. I'm like, everybody here fucking hates you. Everyone's cheering. Yeah. And then everyone started and I'm like, here's the thing. All you people that are drunk and talking right now won't shut up because you think it's funny. I'm like, there's 99% of the people want to watch this show. So what I'll do is I'll continue because I almost threatened people in the back and I was like, guys, do you want me to continue or not? Like they were that drunk. And I said, all right, I'll continue. And then if you're the one not talking and someone next to you talks, you just punch them in the fucking face as hard as you can. And everyone just went nuts, right? And then I start going on the girl. And then the guy in the front row over here goes, "Be nice to me." Right? So
being dead serious.
I'm ripping on her, and he's in the front row, and she's in the front row, and he's over here, and I'm saying stuff to her. I don't know what I was ripping on her. And then he just goes, dead serious. A bigger guy, too. He goes, "Be nice." And I was like, "What did you say to me?" And he goes, I go, "Did you just say be nice?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Are you talking to me or are you talking to her?" He goes, "I'm talking to you." I go, "You're telling me to be nice? Have you been watching the show for the last 15 minutes?" I was like, "She won't." And so I start ripping on him. I go, "How dare you tell me to be nice?" And then he was like, and then she got up, walked across the theater and gave him a hug. Dude, it was
Did you get it back on the rails and then just be able to do material?
I got it back on the rails. I mean, I probably had to cut 3 bits because of all the back and forth I had to do. And then I ended up finishing strong. I didn't think I was going to. I slashed a bit last second and I was like, I'm just going to get off at 50, fuck it, And then I ended up going to I ended up doing an hour 8 or whatever. But it was not. I hadn't had a show like that in a very, very long time.
You did what was something like 9 cities in 9 days or something like that, right?
7, yeah.
7 cities in 9 days.
8 days.
In 8 days.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm most proud of you? You did not get sick.
Did not. Can you believe? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It was almost because when I saw
COVID is abound. You've had it.
I've had it.
I know 2 or 3 people that have it right now that never had it before. Right now,
they said something changed about the COVID bug, where the people who are getting it now are the people who've evaded it for 2.5 years.
Yeah,
somehow
that's who's getting around. Everyone I know right now goes, "It finally got me. It finally got me." I know a handful of people.
Smell and taste gone.
You had it
gone.
No. Did it come back right away?
It's back 60.
Is that why you lost a few pounds? Because you look good.
Thank you. I know. Well, yeah, because there's no point to eat if you can't taste it.
Right.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, "Oh, that don't worry about the smell and taste."
We'll never have a female president.
They said we'll never female president, but we actually are.
Yeah.
Because Biden has COVID, and who knows?
Right.
Kamala could be coming up.
Right.
So, and that's when I'm going to Canada. So I'm just. This has been Hey Babe. All right, I'll keep going. So
remember when Trump won and everyone was like, "I'm moving to Canada"?
Yeah, and then nobody
moved. Yeah,
people were like, "No," because it takes a lot to you're gonna leave the country
yeah.
that you're from now because you don't like the leader. Shut up.
It's an empty threat.
Yeah, I did want to run this by you. Do you see what happened to Kid Cudi this week?
I did.
Yeah, somebody kept it. Yeah, was that show in Vancouver?
This is just Miami.
Yeah, go ahead, play it
because it's like a 2-second clip. It's so funny.
Yo, I will walk off this stage. If y'all throw one more fucking thing up here, I will leave. I will leave right now. Throw one more fucking thing on the stage and I will walk off. I'm not fucking playing. I'm I'm not fucking playing. You will ruin it for everybody. I will fucking leave. If I get hit with one more fucking thing, if I see one more fucking thing on this fucking stage, I'm leaving. Don't fuck with me.
You had to know that somebody was going to throw it after you said that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, listen, he got hit in the face with
That's
the bottle.
ridiculous.
I would not have even said. Actually, I give Kid Cudi props for even allowing a somewhat. Let me give you a chance because you get hit in the face with anything, I'm immediately walking off.
Yeah.
I'm not doing another second.
He got him
Immediate.
in the nose. Look at this.
Oh, that had to hurt too.
Yeah. Hopefully it was a plastic.
What?
Actually, I saw another video where the kid, right after that, another kid threw it. Maybe it was a different angle than the second throw.
What is wrong with these people?
That second throw, there's another angle. It's the kid on his own phone being like, yo, watch this. I'm going to end this concert. And that one right there. And he throws it and he walks right off. And the kid is like online right now, tagged. Like it's, you know who it is. And he said it.
He's going to get thrown and never be allowed in that venue again.
I don't know. But apparently I was like, I can't believe he did that because can he get in trouble?
What? Pimp, have you ever been with all the music concerts you've been to? What happened here if you had to guess?
Well,
Was he bombing?
What happened here is that the festival set him up to replace Kanye, and they have a public beef. So Kanye got taken off, and the people
Kanye came on next.
And then Kanye brought out as a guest. They set him up to look like an ass.
And then Kanye did the song that he did with Cudi, without Cudi.
So Kanye and Cudi do have beef.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
About what's the beef?
I think it's because of Pete.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, because Cudi and Pete are friends.
Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, we're grown men here.
Grown men.
We're seriously grown men.
I remember he told him, don't. He took him off the song because he said like, don't mess with Pete. And then I think he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he's my friend.
Yeah, I agree. It's like you're gonna. Who's gonna make somebody choose? Like,
Yeah.
What a stupid.
It's kind of nutty.
Speaking of choosing, though, I do have to choose between cars. I got to get a car. Should I? Right now, I have an Infiniti QX80, a family car. Should I get this? It's the Jeep Cherokee Wagoneer.
Ooh, I like a Wagoneer.
Not Jeep Cherokee Wagoneer, Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
A Grand Wagoneer?
Do I get a Grand Wagoneer?
I don't know what they look like now, but the old ones, like from the wood paneling, are so cool. The retro ones.
But it's a kid's.
Look at that. Look at that. See that one that says
old school.
That middle one?
Yeah.
That is so sick.
So if anybody out there is car person, go, email heybabepod@gmail or Instagram us, heybabepod. Tell me if I should get the Wagoneer or the Infiniti. I have the Infiniti QX80.
Did you?
It's a family car.
Did you test drive?
I love Jeeps. I love the Jeep, and I've been missing the Jeep. I've been missing you.
I've been missing a Jeep Wrangler.
I've been missing a Jeep. Yeah.
I've been missing that Jeep. Did you test drive it?
I test drove it, and I loved it. But the thing is, I got 3 kids, including a baby. So the Infiniti is destroyed, the inside, because you can't. I'm not going to not give my kids muffins and bagels and drinks in the car. When we go, we're driving to Manasquan, it takes 2 hours. Like, the kids need to freaking eat. The baby needs to shit. So the interior of the car gets destroyed. Now, this Jeep Grand Wagoneer is a little bit more, I guess, luxurious than the Infiniti. And, I don't know if the kid, like, do I get a car like that the kids are going to destroy? Or do I just get like a pre-owned fucking car and just not even spend the money? Who cares? Because the kids are going to destroy it.
Well, you talking about stains? Like, if you're going to lease a car, an expensive car, and they're going to mess it up, are you going to get hit with fees at the end?
No, it's just like, like if you have a personal vehicle.
No, get the nicest car that you like that pleases you the most. You're going to be sitting in it and driving it all the time. They're going to destroy no matter what car you get. So just keep tabs on that, and you can still clean it, and it's still the car that you hoped it would be. I say get the car that makes you feel happy when you get inside of it every day.
What car makes you feel happy?
My car that I have right now, I love it.
You love that?
Yes.
Pimp, does your car make you feel happy?
No, I'm very happy to be away from my car.
Yeah. I'm not
Pimp's
a car
free.
guy. It's just that the car I have now, I absolutely love it.
Pimp's free. Pimp's free on the ferry. Pimp's a ferry guy now.
Yeah.
Pimp's a nautical guy.
Yeah.
Nautical guy.
Pimp's got a sailor look.
How great is the ferry?
The ferry's great. I don't have to drive anymore.
Yeah.
No traffic. The traffic in New York right now is crazy.
Price of the ferry's going up.
You buy it's free.
No, the fast ferry. I don't be fucking with the regular Staten Island ferry.
Where do you take a fast ferry?
You get the fast ferry at the same terminal as you get the regular ferry.
And where do you
Just
take
down
it
the street?
to? Where do you take it to?
250 Vesey Street.
You go to you do?
I just take it sometimes. I've taken the ferry multiple times if I'm on a cruise to nowhere. I just take it, get off, do a lap, and then come back on the boat.
When do you do this? When do you have the time to take a joy ferry ride?
My kids go to camp, and then the baby, when we get TT Jerry comes over to watch the baby, I have sometimes 4 hours of free time, and I'll take the ferry.
You're really mostly working at night.
At night. Yeah, I'll do that.
And you'll drive there and get on that ferry?
I'll get on that ferry, baby.
What's that like, that ferry?
The fast ferry?
Yeah.
Amazing. They got a bar, you get coffee, beer.
Really?
Food, yep.
And it's clean and comfortable?
Oh, clean and comfortable. As a matter of see, this is the thing. The ferry's a good kind of thing for social media too. If you want to clean something up, if you really want to clean something up, charge money for it, even a little bit of money. The difference between the cleanliness of the free Staten Island ferry versus the fast ferry, which is $2.25, is insane.
Right. It's like you're stepping into a Ritz.
It's like you're in Buckingham Palace on the fast ferry. Right. And then it's like you're in the sewer on the Staten Island ferry.
Right.
Because one's free and one is $2.25. If Twitter and Instagram was $2.25, the Riff Raff, shout out Riff Raff, love his latest album, would be so much better. The Riff Raff would be gone off social media.
Yeah. Riff Raff is fun.
Yeah. Dude, Riff Raff. Did I ever tell you my story about Riff Raff? With Riff Raff?
Nah.
Oh my
No. Are you serious?
You know Riff Raff.
Yeah, of course I know Riff Raff.
This has been Hey Babe.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say hey.